Okay, take 2. Attempt number 2. Everything seems to be running okay, but OBS sometimes might just say, you know what, my quirk is error. I fuck up. I have a heart attack at random points. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what it is. I'm trying again, but if it fucks up again, then obviously I'm just going to stop. But assuming that this will work this time, let's talk about My Hero Academia. One of my favourite series, period. I love this franchise. I recently did a music tribute / AMV on my AMV channel, and it's put me in the mood to just do more My Hero Academia related stuff. So since this is also, hopefully, again, OBS, please don't have a heart attack. I would really appreciate it. This is going to be the first proper piece of content that I make for 2026, I guess. And we're going to be sharing my completely accurate opinions that are completely correct. And if you don't agree with them, then you're just wrong, obviously. Okay, OBS does look like it's working now, so fingers crossed it stays that way. Anyway, so we've got 3 tier list where I'm just going to be rambling and sharing my thoughts about My Hero Academia. We have a standard character tier list, which pretty much has main / recognizable characters. I don't know, there's probably someone here that should be here that aren't, but it doesn't matter to me. I think we've got the main characters covered on this one. And I also plan on... Oh, by the way, we've got Vigilantes characters down here too. Just for the record, as I'm doing this, I have not watched Season 2. I have not read the manga. So, we'll be basing this off just from... the fucking cat. We'll be basing this on just basically what we saw in the first season of the anime for Vigilantes when we get to those characters. But yeah, we've got the characters here. We have a story arc tier list. I figured that would be a fun one to ramble about for a little bit. And originally I was just going to do those 2, but while I was searching up just to see what other tier lists the website had to offer, I came across this one, which is just My Hero Academia moments. Like, if you see it, look at the screenshots, it's just different moments throughout the series. So I figured that could also make for a fun tier list. Again, all of these opinions will be completely accurate and correct. If you don't agree with them, then obviously you're just wrong. I don't make the rules. So, My Hero Academia, great series. I love it to death. Let's gush about it and point out why these characters are great or why they're not so great. First up, All Might. He's in the top 3, hands down. Instant, just S tier if this was the standard one. And he is one of my favourite characters in not just My Hero, but probably in all of fiction, to be perfectly honest. He's like one of the best heroes I've ever seen brought to life. So yeah, All Might's fantastic. Gran Torino, I'll give him a good. He's good. He probably should have died at the end, but he is indeed good. So Night Eye, I did not like him at first. He did not have a good first impression, especially since one of the first scenes with him is restraining Bubble Girl to a tickle machine. Not a great first impression. Also, his personality was kind of stingy, but when you get to know the character a bit more, it's more justified and understandable. Really useful and interesting quirk. So I'm going to put him in good. I think I've done this in previous tier lists. I think we will put all the characters in their slots, and then I will do a left to right as well, like favourite to least favourite. Yeah, we'll do favourite to least favourite. We'll do like my favourite character from each. Yeah, let's just keep it simple since I'm doing other tier lists too. We'll do like all the characters in each row. I'll say which one is my favourite. which one of the characters that I think are shit is my favourite. We'll find out. Bubble Girl, I don't hate the character at all. She doesn't really do anything for me. Best Genius, another character who I thought should have died, or was going to die, multiple times in My Hero, if I'm being honest. He's good, he's fine. Principal Nezu, another good. Midnight. For now, I put her in good. A part of me wants to put her in amazing, but I feel like... We'll put her in good. She's good. She's fine. You're boring. I don't even remember his name. What is his name? I've got... I did have the wiki up. I thought I must have closed it by accident. I had the wiki up just in case I needed a reminder on anything while doing these tier lists. Power Loader. Does he even do anything significant in this series? I don't think he does. You're pretty boring too. You're boring. You're good. Cementos. I think it's a shame we didn't get to see more of Cementos in action. So he'll just go in good. Same for Ectoplasm. I feel like both of these two characters, I wish we got to see him in action a bit more. I think it would have been cool. Hold on, I'm just checking something. I'm just double checking OBS. It looks like I am good now. I don't know what the hell's wrong, man. For the record, I've tried streaming a few times, I guess I can say now, last year. And the last few attempts of streaming I had, it just fucking... it didn't work, to put it simply. It didn't fucking work. And I don't know why. But it looks okay now. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. I'm wasting your valuable time as I'm pointing out the completely accurate slots where these characters belong. And I've just realised, I don't know who this character is. I'm assuming that's a Vigilantes character. I don't know who that is, so I'm just going to ignore them. I don't read the manga, for the record. I'm an anime-only watcher, so... And I prefer dub. Just, why not? Let's chuck that out there too. I'm an anime-only watcher and I prefer dub. Present Mike is amazing, especially during the last arcs of My Hero Academia, by the way. He's great. So is Eraserhead. More so Eraserhead, but both Eraserhead and Present Mike. They were always great characters, but especially in the final arcs of My Hero, it's just beautiful. Aries amazing. She looked adorable in the epilogue. Burning, I guess you'll put her in good. Endeavor, not a good father, but he is a good character. The Todoroki family is a mess, to put it simply, but I really like Endeavor. Endeavor's a very interesting character, to say the least. To be honest, I'm okay to put all of the Todoroki family at least in good here. Actually, I think Fiyomi should be in amazing. She's great. And then we'll put you in good. Ah, now we have class 1A. Now we get the true fun of it. You know, I'm moving this image down here. God, if this... I apologize in advance to anyone who doesn't like the fact that I don't know who this is. I'm sorry. I don't know. But now we get to class 1A, probably the most interesting part of this tier list. Right, so right off the bat, Deku, he's not in my top 3, but he is amazing. He's a fantastic character, a fantastic protagonist, a great hero. But since my introduction to My Hero Academia, Bakugo, Shoto are so much better. I'm so sorry, Deku. He's a good character, he's a good hero. But ever since my introduction to My Hero, which, by the way, I was very late to this series. The anime was 4 seasons in when I first started watching My Hero Academia, and I regret the fact that I slept on it for so long. But anyway, the point is that I'm trying to make. Deku's a great character, but since my introduction, Shoto and Bakugo just stole the spotlight from him. They're so good. They're so great characters. Bakugo's a piece of shit at the start, but he has one of the best arcs I've ever seen in anime, period. Shoto, The sports festival arc is where a lot of people fell in love with this character. But I'll tell you, the scene where I fell in love with this character, and the scene that made me even say that he was my favourite character for a period of time, was when he showed up to help Deku and Ida fight Stain. That scene, when I first watched it, I remember watching it and I immediately just like said it out loud to myself, he's my favourite character. First time watching, that's how I decided Shoto was my favourite character from that scene. But like Bakugo, he also just has a really good arc. His family is fucking tragic, but Shoto pulled through. And yeah, these two have always been my favourite characters. And yeah, I've already kind of exposed it now. These are my top 3. All Might, Bakugo, Shoto are my top 3 favourite characters in My Hero. But we can't neglect the other characters that are amazing, such as Ida. Sue, yeah. I find it weird that Sue didn't get as much screen time. I thought she would have gotten more screen time, but she really doesn't when you think about it. Ochako, amazing, great character. I wish these 3 had more scenes together as a trio, but all 3 are still good characters. I like Ochako, I like Ida a lot. I remember when I first watched My Hero, I was thinking to myself, like, the very first scene we meet Ida, 2 things. One, he reminded me of Joe from Digimon Adventure in terms of his like appearance, and 2, I remember thinking to myself, man, this character's going to be so annoying, isn't he? I was quickly proven wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong about that, because Ida is a fantastic character. Kaminari, I like Kaminari a lot, but I think he should just go in the good category. I mean, that's still, you know, good, to put it simply. But Kirishima is the best friend everyone deserves by their side. Kirishima is the type of character that the type of friend everyone deserves to have standing by their side. He is a fantastic character. He has one of my favourite themes as well, Red Riot. Sato, man, I'm sorry, dude. You're boring. What's your quirk? Oh, you eat sugar to get stronger? How fascinating. I don't hate the character, but come on, let's be honest. He's dull. He's dull. A wee French. Good. What's French for good? Because wherever that is, that's what Ariyama is. He's alright. Tokiyami. I'm probably in the minority for this. When I first watched My Hero Academia, I found Tokiyami to be very boring. If I was doing this tier list years ago, which I did, by the way, I did a tier list of My Hero Academia when I first got introduced to the series. And Tokiyami was around here when I did a tier list like this before, because I didn't find him interesting. I just didn't. But fortunately, I kept watching. Fortunately, I started to actually pay attention to the character. And while I think he still could have done with a bit more in terms of I guess arc with Dark Shadow. Like, I wish we got to see more of like him and Dark Shadow trying to improve their abilities, especially when Dark Shadow gets a little bit more angry when they're in the dark or something. Basically something along the lines of Bruce and Hulk from Marvel. I was hoping we would get to see more stuff like that between the 2 characters, or the 1 character. My point is, over time, Tokiyami went from a character I didn't really care much about to amazing. He's good. Great character. So I hope I at least please some fans out there. Before, I admit, he would be here, but he's up here now. Ojiro, man, you really... I feel sorry for this character so much, man. Ojiro gets nothing. He's worthless. There's a running gag with my friends when we were watching through My Hero together, and every time Ojiro had a brief scene together, it was like, whoa, steady on, Ojiro. Easy now. What are you doing? Trying to take the screen time off the major characters? I don't know about that one, Chief. Know your place. Oh, man. It is a shame. It is a shame. Ojiro just doesn't get anything, does he? And you know what scene that really just sticks with me? The first thing that comes to mind when thinking about Ojiro in My Hero Academia is from the 4th movie. Basically the scene where where Deku and the other characters are basically giving a heroic, inspirational speech to our movie characters. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But, you know, basically the inspirational, heroic speech to say, hey, we can't give up yet, let's do this, we can do this. Everyone has something, like, motivational to say, like, we can save her, we can defeat the bad guys, we will win, cheesy stuff like that. So everyone has a nice little, like, something to say like that, right? And then Ojiro, faults? I agree with my classmates. Okay, buddy, thanks. Thanks for your contribution. You couldn't have literally thought of anything else. You couldn't have even said, we will beat the villains. We are the heroes, so we are destined to win. Like, you couldn't think of anything to say, so you were just like, you know what? I agree with what my classmates are saying. They are completely correct. I've got nothing to add to this conversation, but I agree with what my friends are saying. That's the scene that sticks with me with Ojiro, and unfortunately, I think that just sums up his whole character. Sero. Despite not getting a lot of screen time, I will happily put Sero in amazing. I think Sero is a fantastic character despite the fact that he doesn't get a lot of screen time or character development. Whenever he is on screen, he kills it. Whenever he is taking part with like the other characters during an arc, basically whenever he does get a chance to shine, he makes it memorable. During the final fight, poor Sato and Ojiro, like it was a great scene to have all 3 of them show up to help Deku, but during that final fight, Sero stole it. Sero stole the show. Also during the Heroes Rising film, the 2nd movie, again, Sero has a lot of great scenes in that film as well when fighting the villains. It's really good stuff. He's a good character. Coda, right. We're gonna do it. I need to lock in. Someone needs to be at the bottom. Coda sucks. He's a terrible character. I don't really hate him that much. I'm over exaggerating, but he is staying here because he doesn't do anything significant. He has no fighting abilities whatsoever, and he has an interesting quirk that never really gets utilized all that much against villains. So someone's got to be down here. Jiro, I wish you got a little bit more love, but you are still amazing. Shoji, if your arc about, you know, certain people with quirks being treated like shit, a la X-Men and the Mutants, I probably would care about him more. It was such a weird way to introduce that storyline, man. I'll put him in good though. Shoji is still a good character on its own. He's great. Mina Ashido, another amazing character. Doesn't get a lot, but she still has. I feel like Ashido is a good example of, like, she doesn't get the most screen time or attention, but whenever she does, like Sero, she owns it. It's like all her scenes, all the scenes she does have to show how far she's come as a hero and as a person, they're memorable. They're good shit. Also, she's a really good dancer. That helps too. I wish it was a different image for her, but I understand why it's this one. Hagaruke. If she had more screen time, I honestly, especially after the final season, especially after finally getting to see what she looks like and seeing her in action, if she had more screen time throughout the series, I would honestly put her up here. Like, I think she is a good character, but she really doesn't get a lot, does she? So I'm gonna put her down here because I think she is still a good character, and I actually do have an idea for a video dedicated to her character where I talk about this in more detail. But I feel like it is a shame that she couldn't have been given more screen time despite her quirk being what it was. And at the very least, I feel like it's a shame we couldn't have been introduced to her quirk glitching from Naval Laser sooner, you know? But again, I've got a whole video I might want to do at some point where I go into more detail about it. For now, she's a good character. Shame she doesn't have more screen time, because I generally think she could have worked with, well, more character development and could have been even more interesting as a character. Mineta. Momo. She doesn't get much, really, does she? Thinking about it, I think she still deserves to be an amazing for what she does and achieves throughout the series. But she's low on this section, if that makes sense. Like, I'm putting her up here because I do legitimately like her character. But if I do like put all these characters in like favorite to least favorite, don't be surprised if Momo was at the bottom. But she's still in this slot, so who cares, right? Lemillion, he's amazing. You're amazing, but you're boring. Sorry, the big three is not sticking together. Ain't my fault they made a character boring and uninteresting. You know, sometimes I do hope I piss people off with my completely accurate opinions. But, you know, I swear I'm just hamming up just a little bit to try and make this more entertaining. With that said, though, he was always my least favourite out of the three, so he's staying down here. Shinzo, I wish he had more action scenes. I wish we could have had more with him. But with that said, he still has a really good arc. I like it. The character that wanted to be a hero didn't even get into the course at first. But over time, he was able to, well, achieve it, accomplish it. He has a really good quirk, and I like how they played with that. You know, like, it's acknowledged at the very beginning when we meet this character, you know, he has a quirk that would be perfect for a villain. He has a quirk that would be a menacing threat to a lot of heroes out there. And he could easily just be a villain or some kind of anti-hero or something like that. But no, with his quirk, he wanted to go down the hero path, and I have massive respect for it. I think it makes Shinzo one of the most interesting characters in My Hero Academia, despite the fact that we don't get to have a lot of screen time with him. Mei Hatsume is another great character who's really fun. I love pretty much every scene she has in My Hero Academia. She's funny, she's entertaining. Like, Class A, the heroes in general wouldn't have made it as far as they did without a character like her backing them up. Did he do anything? Did Class B's teacher do anything in My Hero Academia? He stopped a Derby clone. That's something, I guess. What was he doing during the war arc? Where was he? Was he even present? I'm sure he was, but I don't remember him doing anything. Alright, Class B. I won't have it any other way. Monoma, Phantom Thief, is the best character in Class 1B and is one of the best characters in My Hero Academia, and I won't hear otherwise. That is the most accurate statement I've ever made in this tier list so far. Monoma's great. He's funny, man. I found him funny in the earlier arcs when he was just a piece of shit to Class A. When we got to learn a bit more about his quirk and his abilities, again, it just made him more interesting. He's entertaining in the joint training arc. And he's one of the main reasons why the heroes even had a fighting chance against All For One during the final war arc. So, yeah, look who's in the spotlight now. He deserves it. Great character. You're not so great. You're pretty boring. Kendo's good, though. I think, like Momo, I'll put her in amazing, but she's very low. Like, she's peaking. Like, she's on the line between good and amazing, you know? But I do like Kendo. Kendo's good. We're gonna speedrun the majority of Class 1B because I'm not that attached to these characters. Let's be honest, they don't really do much. I remember talking about this on a Reddit post a long time ago, on like how Class B could be given more screen time or something like that. And my suggestion was, at the very least, why not give them a dedicated OVA or two? I think that would have been cool if we could have had an OVA, or dare I say it, a fucking movie even, where Class B, or at least some members of Class B, got to get a little bit of love during said OVA or film. Mushroom's good. I like mushrooms. Quirk, black. If this guy had more screen time, he would be up here. He really would be. I really like his character, his personality, his quirk. One of my favourite scenes from the joint training arc is during the fight between this guy and Shinzo. Especially the line of dialogue where he says, like, you claim you're, like, least behind us, but you're a terrifying opponent. Like, I really do like that. You're not... I'll put you in good. I feel generous. You're not, though. You're pretty boring. You're pretty boring. You're boring. You're good. I don't even remember what your quirk is. Is he the one where he can, like, rotate his whole, like, parts of his body? I think so. With more screen time, you could have been a better character, but I still think you're good, so we'll put you in good. Good character is indeed good. Tetsu, good. Boring. I like her design. Boring. Mudman's pretty cool. Gentle. Now, Gentle and La Brava, when I first watched My Hero Academia, I didn't like them. I was all for the school festival arc to be just, well, that, a festival. I wanted the festival arc to just be a festival arc. I remember watching these episodes back when they were, you know, the latest episodes in the series. When I first started watching My Hero, I remember not liking the Gentle Criminal stuff at all, because I just felt like it interfered with the school festival shit. And I wanted that. I was enjoying the school festival arc. I just wanted the school festival to be its own thing. And I felt like this was just intervening with it. But on a rewatch, and after seeing what Gentle especially does later on in the story, Gentle Criminal, well, I guess I shouldn't call him criminal. Gentle is amazing. La Brava, I'll put her in good. Nah, I'll keep her in good. I don't think she's as good as Gentle. The brief scene that sticks with me the most with Gentle is it's super brief, super brief. But there was a moment when La Brava, I think, asked Gentle to go and help All Might, and Gentle was just like, okay, I'll do it. Like, it was, again, very brief moment. He wasn't able to actually go and help All Might because he had to, once again, stop the whole, like, UA building thing from collapsing. But for a brief moment, he was, like, asked to help All Might against All For One. And Gentle was like, okay, I'll go. I'll do my best to help. Like, that brief moment is the scene that sticks with me the most with Gentle. And I think that highlights just how far he has come as a character. Now we have the vestiges of One For All. I'm going to be honest, like, most of them aren't that interesting. They're plot devices, you know? Most of them is the key word. I would say you're good, even though you're kind of responsible for everything that happens. Talk about a big oopsie, right? Like, she just... where do I even begin? Yeah, that is all of them. For some reason, I thought one of the characters was missing here, but this is all of them. You're okay. You're okay. You see, I'm not really looking at these guys as characters, I must admit. I'm just thinking about their quirks at the moment. You know, no, let's just put them all in good. We'll put them all in good. They serve their purpose. They aren't bad characters at all. You're a bad character, but you're a good villain, so I'll put you in good too. Like, you're a terrible human being. You're a piece of shit, but as a villain, you serve your purpose. Great, and you're a cunt as well. So, I'm a bit confused here. Is this meant to be Shigaraki with All For One, like, taking over his body? Assuming that's it, that is. I can't really tell. I think that is what it's meant to be. Shigaraki is an amazing villain. I thought he was rubbish at first, but that just shows how far he's come both as a villain and as a character. I gotta say though, one of the most fucked up things about his like story is the fact that even before he was born, he was a freaking pawn in All for One schemes. Like, that is so messed up. The Good Doctor, well, I shouldn't say Good Doctor. I'll put you in there. Giganto. I like this guy, Kurigiri. I think he's good. Right, let's get another controversial one out of the way. I have never liked Toga. I have sympathy for her backstory. I enjoy her stuff with Ochako, especially during their confrontation during season 7 of the anime. She serves her purpose. I don't think she's a terrible character whatsoever. But at the same time, I don't understand why she gets so much love. I don't understand why she has so much just affection from the community. I don't see it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. So Toga, for me, I'm gonna put her in boring. Like, everything good I have to say about her basically is just the stuff that helps develop Ochako, and I guess maybe some of the other characters. But Toga herself, I've just never gave a fuck. I'm just gonna be blunt and honest. I've never been attached to her as a character. I've got sympathy for her backstory. I've got sympathy for how she was treated and the way things went for her, sure. But at the end of the day, Are we just going to ignore all the bad shit she did? Just because you have a depressing or bad backstory, that doesn't completely justify your, like, what you actually end up doing still, you know? Odd comparison, but because I'm a big fan of the series, it's kind of like Nathan from Life is Strange, if anyone is familiar with that. You know, Nathan from the Life is Strange game, he has a pretty messed up backstory. He gets mistreated by his own father, and he's pretty much has it in his head that he should be the one in charge, basically. I mean, there's more to it than that, but for the sake of not rambling on about Life is Strange in a My Hero Academia stream, because that's just a weird sentence to say. But it's like, I have sympathy for Nathan's character when it comes to his backstory, but that doesn't completely justify his fucking actions. He was still a piece of shit for no reason to certain people, and that's how I see Toga. So, yeah, you're lucky I'm not putting her down here. Now, Darby, on the complete flip side of that, one of the best villains and characters in the entire series. Hello. I liked Darby since the beginning. I just thought he was a cool, menacing villain. Then we learn about his backstory, and it's just like, oh god, Endeavor, you really fucked up royally, didn't you? Like, damn. Twice is... he's good. He's good. He's a good character. Bit tragic. He definitely didn't deserve everything that happened to him, but he's entertaining. I liked what like. I enjoyed both. Like, it was difficult. I was on Hawk's side, but at the same time, I was sad to see Twice fall the way he did to Hawks, if that makes sense, during season 6 of the anime. When was the last time you were relevant in the story? I don't remember. I mean, I honestly didn't hate I honestly didn't hate this character, but I'll put him in boring. I don't think he serves much of a purpose. Or, like, he stopped serving a purpose after a certain point, I should say, in My Hero. Compress. I wish he stuck around a bit more, you know? I think he was a good villain. Should I put him at this high, though? I don't think he should be this high up. I'll put him in good. He was a good character, though. I liked him. Spinner, the Ojiro of the villains. Absolutely worthless. But even worse than Ojiro. I've never cared about Spinner. Spinner's terrible. And because the whole story arc with Shoji and Spinner took so long to even, like, really become relevant, it just made me care even less, to be honest. It's just whatever, man. Spinner's a terrible villain, terrible character. I don't care about him at all. Like I said, he's the Ojiro of the League of Villains. He's not interesting at all. And whenever he did get some screen time, my first thought was just like, whoa, take it easy there, Spinner. You're taking away screen time from Darby and Toga and all the other villains here. Take it easy. Know your place. You see, like, a good comparison. Even though this character, what was it, manga? Manga. I'm going to go with manga. Even though they died, like, in season, what was it, season 4? Or at the end of season 3? No, it was season 4. Either way, even though they died very early on, I thought this character was more of an interesting villain than Spinner. Magna, that's it. It's Magna. I wasn't far off. But, yeah, that was a very memorable scene for me. Seeing Overhaul kill Magna. I was like, oh, damn, characters can actually die in this series. Okay. Like, I was really surprised by the fact that someone actually died. Someone actually died. Again, to go back to Best Genius here, when All For One did what he did to him in season 3 of the anime, I thought he was dead. I thought he was gone. And we haven't seen this character yet. Is she here? Same goes for you. What's your name? What's your name? I've forgotten your name. What's your name? I'm terrible with names. I've legitimately completely forgotten her name. Oh my goodness. 13. I forgot a character's name when her name is just a freaking number. Okay, but yeah, I thought she died too with what happened to her during the USJ arc. I thought she got killed or at least badly injured. I mean, she was injured, but I was expecting her to be even more injured or again dead. Yeah, I'll just put him there. You know, despite not having a lot of screen time, this villain was actually pretty threatening. I'll put him up here. Same for Muscular. Muscular was a good villain too. I don't remember your name. I can't even be asked to check. I don't hate you, for what it's worth. I'll put him up here. We've got Cammy. Good. Oh man, another character I did not like at first, but I think he's really amazing. You're good. You're annoying, but I think you're still just entertaining enough to be put in the good category. Same goes for you. Stain, bit of a waste of a character, I think. I feel like he should have had more screen time to make his what happens to him in the latest part of the story more significant, but I'll still put him down here. Stain was a good villain still overall. I like Lady Nagant. She was pretty amazing. I like her backstory. Her quirk is wild whenever we see it in use. Also, she's hot. That helps. Wild Pussycats. They all at least should be in good, right? I think that's fair. Same for you. Hawks, amazing. Get yourself up there, boy. Miss Joke. How would her quirk affect All For One? How would her quirk have affected All For One if she got to use it against him? Oh, you're the wizard dude. You died. You didn't really do much. That's a harsh way of putting it, but... got Wood. Nah, I'm putting you in amazing. I swear it's not just because I think she's hot. I think she also just has some really good scenes, especially against All For One during season 7. Yeah, season 7. Another character who should have died. I thought this man died. How did he survive? What the fuck? I feel like it's harsh to put him in boring. I'll put him in good, but he's at the very bottom. Like, he's at the bottom of the barrel. I've got nothing to say about you. You're nothing. You stink. Ironically, since you're a washing machine, but you stink. You're pretty boring, to be honest. Now, imagine if this girl got one for all. Oh, what's going on with my mouse here? No, you're not going there. You are going up here, my lady. Mirko. The dragon lady. She's good. Stars and Stripes. I'm like completely split in the middle for this. We didn't get to see much of her in action. I liked what we did see, but I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna do it. I think we'll put her in good, but she's just over the line between good and boring. She needed more. We needed to see her in action more, even if it was like a OVA or something, or some kind of special episode. Crust. I remember Crust, despite not lasting all that long. He was pretty cool. I liked him. Yeah, I'll put him in good. You're good, but I definitely didn't like you when I first watched the series. Fat Gum is amazing. Get him up here. Look at the big man. Can't go wrong with Fat Gum. Gunhead. Yeah. I appreciate what you did for Ochako. You helped her a lot. Orca's really good. I think if he had... I feel like I keep saying this. I feel like if he had more screen time, if we got to see him in action more, I would put him in higher, but we'll put him in good. 13, yeah, you're still good. Overhaul, an absolutely terrible human being who deserves nothing but punishment and pain for the rest of his life. But as a villain, he was good and served his purpose. Doofensmirks, he's good. Yeah, you served your purpose. You served your purpose. You served your purpose. Who are you? Oh wait, no, this is the movie villain, right? Yeah, this guy worked with Darkmite. He's one of the movie villains. He had a really interesting quirk. I liked his quirk. Slipping, sliding fuckwit. He's boring. Oh, now we got... yeah, we're pretty much just on the movie characters now until we get to Vigilantes here. You're good. Melissa's amazing. I like Melissa a lot. I wish she could have appeared a bit more despite being a movie exclusive character. I appreciate the movie characters appearing during the final arc, but I think, you know, maybe Melissa could have also appeared during the time skip, dare I say. David Shield, yeah, you're good. You serve your purpose as a villain, so I'll put you up there. I like you too, the brother and sister, especially the sister. Hold on, what's your name again? Mahoro? Mahoro? I'm purposely fucking that up. Totally on purpose. But the point is, I like the brother and sister. Her dialogue when Bakugo is fighting All For One in the final season, the way she says it's Bakugo, it melted my heart. It was absolutely adorable. 9, you serve your purpose as a villain, but I don't really like him. But I'll be kind enough and put him in good. You're boring. You're good. You're good. I guess. I like Darkmite. Maybe it's just because the voice actor is obviously the same as All Might, but I legitimately like Darkmite. I thought Darkmite was a very entertaining villain. I would have loved to have seen the League of Villains. Either, if it could be a full-on fight, that'd be great. But at the very least, I would have loved to have seen the League of Villains' reaction to Dark Might, or Stain even. Oh God, imagine what Stain would have said if he met Dark Might. Oh God. And then we have one of his sidekicks, basically. Yeah, she was a threat. Okay, so I still don't know who this guy is. So, by all means, if that pisses you off, let me know. Vigilantes, again, at this point, as I'm doing this, I have not watched Season 2, and I haven't read the manga at all. So I'm doing this based off just what I know from Season 1 of the anime. Ready? Okay. The Crawler. I think he's already amazing. Pop Step, amazing. Knuckle Duster, amazing. We're on a good streak here. We're going well. You're a piece of shit at first, but you get better. Your quirk is disturbing, but also interesting. Who else we got? Oh, yeah, I think she's amazing. Detective, you're good. And then the fucking Catmobile. I can't say it's boring. Like, come on now. I'll put you in good. Okay. Right. Since I'm on a time limit and I still want to do the other two tier lists, I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna do my favorite character from each row, and then we'll move on to the next tier list for the stream. So these are my 4, I guess, out of the main roster, my 4 least favorite characters. But which one's my favorite? I guess Coda's already there. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. Are you surprised? I'm not. Out of this bunch, my favorite character is probably... You know what? I'll be generous. I'm feeling generous right now. And part of it is just because I get to have a good laugh about it with my friends. Out of these characters, we'll put Ojiro at the top. There we go. Ojiro is my favourite boring character in My Hero Academia. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'll let you decide. My favourite character from this group, oh god, this is Endeavour. We'll put Endeavour up here. Just double checking. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Amazing, Deku. And the top 3, alright, we'll do it. So, Shoto quickly became my favourite character for a good chunk of my first time watching the series. But nowadays... Bakugo is the best character in My Hero Academia. I don't make up the rules. I just abide by them. He's the best character. What do you want from me? I'm just stating the facts. No, I love Bakugo. I've loved Bakugo since day one. Even when he was a piece of shit in season 1, in the first arcs of the anime and / manga, whatever. Even then, I found him interesting, entertaining, funny, and he was just cool. I don't know what else to tell you, man. The fact that he actually, you know, realized that he was a piece of shit and got better over time, that just made him an even better character. The fact that he wasn't a good guy at the beginning. In any other, like, story, or in any other, like, superhero, like, series, Bakugo would have joined the villains later on. That was also, like, one of his best scenes, when he was captured by the League of Villains, and the plan was to convince Bakugo to join the dark side, and Bakugo immediately was just like, no. And Shigaraki's just standing there, it's like, did he say no? Shit, now what do we do? This was the whole point. Oh, my plans have been ruined again. And his fight against All For One, awesome. Absolutely amazing. Bakugo's great. I need to move on, otherwise I'm just going to keep rambling on how great of a character Bakugo is.